full self-driving beta 12.3.4. Mid-drive, we are picking up westbound on Powell Road, about to make a left. Protected here a little by this green light, but it is a kind of complicated turn. No problem, no cars coming. Might need to go a little faster next time. But I think this is our first drive we've posted on 12.4.4. Oh my gosh, that is a sight. Wow. There was a dead deer on the side of the road and 24 vultures, it looked like, black birds, whatever they were. Wow. Not a positive sight. Anywho, I guess you could say, hey, it's circle of life. Springtime here in Central Ohio. We are southbound on Riverside Drive, exploring 12.4.4. So far, so good. We got this a couple of days ago. We were out of town and have only had a couple of opportunities to ride with it. This is the first opportunity we've had to film. Maybe the first time I've been in the car by myself with it. But it is noticeably better than 12.3.3. First of all, it hasn't been hitting the pothole coming out of my neighborhood, making the right-hand turn, so that's nice. But it just feels very natural and very, there's a word, what's the word I'm looking for? Very stable. Stable is a good word. That is the word I'm going for. It's not jerky like previous versions have been, if that makes sense. So, impressed so far. Not going quite as far as some of my buds saying that Tesla has solved full self-driving. 12.3.4 is not it. There's still a lot of improvements to be made. But for these day-to-day around town drives, there's no company, there's no parallel that is doing what this software is doing. Nothing is driving us around town and making our turns quite like FSD Supervised. So for that, we're grateful. We will get some tunes going. Even though I'm not a monetized creator doing this for money or clicks or anything like that, I do it, as you know, if you've watched my stuff, to just really show the unbiased view. Yeah, I'm a shareholder. Yeah, I'm a Tesla owner, but I'm not biased to the point where I would not point out critical things or bad things, or note when I have an issue with something. Nothing is perfect. I'm not married to these products. These products aren't married to me. When I say something like, what's one of my critiques? It hits the pothole leaving my neighborhood or whatever. Like, I'm not gonna not talk about that. It's terrible. My 4-year-old could drive her Hot Wheels around that pothole better than this thing does. So it's just, that is what it is. That's the truth. But last week on 12.3.3, when it drove me on the highway in a torrential downpour and did well, that's also the truth. I'm gonna show both sides. But getting back to my playlist, I often will rock this out during these videos, basically to ensure that I get the copyright strike. A lot of the bands are cool. Most of them are cool, and they basically just say, hey, if you ever become monetized, we're going to get a slice, or all of it, whatever. Some of them are not cool, and they'll actually make me like take down the segment or mute over it. I think for one of them I put in like take me out to the ball game or something. So if you're ever watching one of my videos, oh boy, dynamic situation coming up. Oh boy, car merging in front of us. Okay. If you ever watch one of my videos and just a random song comes on, that's why it's a copyright thing. Looks like this Mercedes is going to get in front of us as well. Ego's going to slow down, let her in. That lady was on her phone, so she was definitely not paying attention. And it looks like this is it's some crews working on this traffic signal up ahead. I'm going to see if I can adjust the camera a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. You can't really see. So there's a crew working on this traffic signal, and as a result, there is a truck in the middle of the road diverting traffic. And this is where pre-mapped HD, driving around on these maps, these other companies, it's where their software is going to struggle. If you're relying on stuff that's pre-mapped, and something dynamic like that happens, how are you going to know there's a car there? Maybe it'll be a crowdsourcing kind of thing. The first cars that go by will map it, and then it'll upload to their system, and the rest of the cars will then know. I'm just kind of taking a shot. Little Tim McGraw here, talk about my next 30 years. Song means something once you get into your 30s and 40s. Hit that organ. Watch your weight. It's always a good plan. Guy's on his phone, just driving by. What are you doing on your phones, people? Wow, this guy in front of us cutting us off. That's crazy. So funny when you have that stuff on video. We'll get a little clip of that. All right, we're coming to a roundabout. What are we going to do? Ego's peeking around this semi-truck. Wow, and just goes for it. That's perfect. Could have done that one better myself. And we're westbound now on Bridge Street in Dublin, and then going to make our first left here. Now turn left onto South High Street. Those of you know me know that when the computer's driving, I wish it would say now turning left instead of now turn left, because when it says now turn left, it's acting like I'm driving. Of course, I'm just monitoring. Also noticed from my old videos, one of my favorite things is you got chargers everywhere. Plug this thing in, take my Apple Watch off the charger. Anytime I'm in the car for more than 15, 20 minutes, whatever, I usually throw it on the charger because I wear it when I sleep. I recommend everyone should wear their watch when they sleep. Tons of valuable data there. Resting heart rate, sleep, restfulness, blood oxygen levels, HRV. It's just you're kind of really wasting the power of the Apple Watch, in my opinion, if you're not wearing it when you sleep. But that means you do need to find a time, find an hour throughout the day to charge it, or an hour every other day if you've got an Ultra. And I like doing that when I'm in my car, or if I'm at my desk for 30, 45 minutes. So we've got Justin Bieber and Luis Fonsi. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't even know. Taking Us Home. I love this song. This song's like 10 years old now. Maybe 7 or 8. Con Miko. We are on Dublin Road, and this is a pretty and very easy drive for FSD Supervised. Just a 2-lane double yellow line. Wow, classic car for sale. Gorgeous. Just a double yellow line. and don't expect much trouble. Police over there looking to catch speeders, maybe? I don't know. Not us, though, because ego won't let us speed.
Turn right onto Rings Road.
So turning right in 1,000 feet. I'm not actually familiar with. I'm going to an office building, and while I've been there before, I don't really store things in my cache, in my memory. Let's go, Brandon! Wow, this guy has a "Let's go, Brandon" sign on the front of his house on Dublin Road. Just amazing. Anyhow, I kind of like that about the software where it links up with my calendar. So I put an appointment in here to go, and then when I get in the car, it's just already preloaded, and I just engaged Supervised. Just engaged FSD, and then don't really have to think about the directions. Of course, that's a problem if you are going to the wrong place. So you want to make sure with your scheduling that you're always putting in tight addresses. But it's just nice to have less things to think about. So we are just about 3/4 of a mile from our destination, which looks like it involves this left-hand turn. No biggie. And this is Rings Road onto France Road in Dublin, Ohio. And this is becoming, this kind of drive is becoming a bit more common. A lot of the Tesla FSD bull crowd can be a bit hyperbolic about it. Not going to name any names, but there are a few of the heavy hitter influencers that are all about, this is solved and 30 intervention-free drives in a row and yada yada. And listen, I could have 30 intervention-free drives in a row. I could drive to my kids' school and back 15 times. It would be 30 intervention-free drives because that drive consists of a right out of my neighborhood and a left onto Sawmill, and then I'm at the school. And from the school, then I make a right onto Sawmill and a right onto Seldom Seen, and then I'm in my neighborhood. So it's two drives, it's 2 turns, 3 turns, whatever. So yes, I could have intervention-free drive. I could have 30 of those in a row. I'm talking about we need to be talking about intervention-free lifetimes, guys. Intervention-free lifetimes, not intervention-free drives in a row. How many intervention-free? Let's start with days, weeks, months, years. So perhaps a better way to start now, to gauge it now,
your destination will be on the left.
Would be to say something like, I haven't had an intervention in X amount of days, not X amount of drives. That's just my thought. So we're gonna let ego do its thing here as we pull into this parking lot. Oh, maybe we'll get a navigate on autopilot ending. So navigate on autopilot just came up, but the car is still moving. So I'm gonna keep the camera rolling, see what happens here.
In 500 feet, turn right onto Dublin Avenue.
Turn right. Okay. Why does it think we're turning right? Is this the building 5115? That is it. 5115. Okay, so we're here. Oh, nice. It looks like it's going to drive us around in a little loop. I think I saw a headline of another person whose car got stuck in some sort of a loop. I'm just going to take it out of this because I don't want to drive away from the door. In a loop in a cul-de-sac or something like that, which is kind of funny. So very quickly, because I want to run in and pick up my file, let's find out if we can get an auto park. And slowing down, we got the P logo. There we go. Shift to reverse. Done. Start. All right, auto park in progress. Let's see how she does.